Hi, it's Claire here, Creative Memories Independent Advisor. You can find me on YouTube and Facebook as Creative Memories Advisor Claire. Today, I'm going to show you how I did this rainbow. So you will need cardstock, red, tangerine, canary, Kelly green, baby blue, purple ice and eggplant, and a base paper. I'm just going to put it on white today because I don't have a plan for another layout with this at the moment, but I'm sure something will come up. Okay, so our first colour is red. Now you're going to need the circle maker. I don't know how else you would do it. I'm sorry, I can't give you any advice. Now I've tightened that to as far as I can go. Now I don't know if you can see it, but it's one of those notches off 12. So what I did was I kind of looked through here to get that point as close as I could to that edge. So I would find where the 6 was. I'm sure that's the 6. And then just I need to move my cardstock up a little bit actually. Oh, there it is now, I've got it. And I kept that point as close as I could to the edge there. And then you've got to push that in and cut around. Don't let go of that. That must stay pushed down. That is now not needed. So then what I did while I'm still holding that down, I opened with the white and I moved it 2 notches. I will show you what I've put that on closer, but I can't lift it or I won't be able to get it back in exactly the same spot again. And then I tighten it, and then of course you've got to push that white bit in, and there's your first piece for the rainbow. So I don't know if you can see, I've moved that in along 2 spots, and I'm going to do the same thing again now. I will cut this next one, which is tangerine, and I will cut it first at that, and then I will move it to 2 spots down, which will make it at the 11. So we're going to do the same thing again. Find where I can see 6 through the little hole, get that as close to the edge of the paper as I can, and then I'm going to cut it. Now I'll take that back again. While I'm still holding it down, I'll move this to exactly on the 11, which is 2 notches down. Not very good on measurements, not really my strong point, but I can understand 2 notches. And I'm hoping for some of you that makes sense as well. So there's our next piece to the rainbow. So I'm keeping them in order, just up, I think they might be just off camera, just so I've got them there to make it easy later. Now we're going into canary. You'll notice some of them were part cardstock. I always have a check and see whether I've got part cardstock first before I cut into a fresh sheet. That way it sort of limits how much scrap paper I've actually got. Okay, and we'll cut the first cut. Take it back around. While I'm still holding it, I'll take it down 2 notches. there's my canary one done. I've got a lot of these, so I'm going to have to come up with a layout with them. So just so you can see now, we've come 2 notches down from the 11. Okay, so now we're moving on to Kelly Green. Now, of course, you can just use whatever colours you've got. I think the blue that I used on this original layout was the last piece that I had of scrap of that one. I couldn't even tell you what colour it was. It's just a blue. You could make this a brighter rainbow by using like the solar yellow. You could change it out completely. You could add in more of these circles and have more colours even. There's certainly some options there that you can play with. Now, there's our first cut. Okay, still holding it down, and I'm going to move it to down 2, which is just 1 up from 10 at this point. And that's our green done. So I'll just show you where it is again. It's just that 1 up from 10. All right, so now we're going on to baby blue. Okay, and I'll find the 6 again, and I'll bring it just in, and first cut. Now, this is going to take it down to 1 notch under the 10. Tighten it up, and then we'll do a cut. There's our blue, and I'll just show you again. That's 1 notch down from the 10. Okay, now we've got our purple ice. Again, I will find where the 6 is and bring it in so it's just on the card. That's our first cut. Now I'll bring it down 2, which, oops, will make it 2 up from the 9. Okay, so at this point we're 2 up from the 9, and then I will start with that cut with the eggplant. Oh. No, that sheet's not going to be big enough. I'll just pull another one. Wasn't thinking with that, was I? I was trying to be super good in using everything up. Again, I'll find my 6 and bring that in, just in onto the cardstock. There's my first cut. And this will bring us back to a 9-inch circle. And that's our final cut. So we finished on a 9, and we started just shy of 12 inches. You can't quite reach a 12-inch cut on this. It's very good to use though. Okay, so now we're going to stick them all down. So I use repositionable so that I can move things around if I need to. I found it was best to start with the red and put a few spots of repositionable down, just because this is where you're going to be matching all your rest to. So if you get this one wrong, the whole thing will be a little bit out. Actually, I think it's going to look rather effective on the white. So it's just a matter of jiggling. Oh, make sure that cardstock's right, because if I remember correctly, it was kind of on that second notch in. And I was right. So I was using my mat to put the inside line on the second notch in. Okay, the rest go a lot easier after this because we're just butting it up against. I did the layout. I had a challenge to use this, our circle maker, and at the time my grandkids had just lost their cat, so this was like over the rainbow for me, and I thought it was perfect. I did for one of them. The other one I've done a different layout. I did a double page for for my grandson, and my granddaughter's getting this page. I just line it up on one there, and then it just fits in perfectly around. If I missed a colour, or if I had one drop on the floor. I thought I'd cut a blue. Not sure what's happened there. Anyway, it is green. Oh, I've lost a couple. Maybe the fan's blowing them. It's fairly hot here in Queensland today, but I'm trying to hold off putting the aircon on because the last week of winter I had the aircon on because we had these horrendous high heat temperatures for some unknown reason. And I know that I go about 3 months with my aircon on. They've all blown over. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one more. So I guess today the fan is not working as good for me with this. So I'll just have to go and find my purple ice one. It's probably on the floor on the other side of the table. So sorry about that. Just give me a moment to go see what happened to it. That's a bit frustrating because I can't find it, and yet I know we cut it. Oh, it's got mixed up here. If you're hearing noise in the background, we've got a construction site across the road. They've turned in a couple of houses. They've pulled them down and they're putting in 4 units. They're actually quite upmarket ones, but we needed the extra housing around here, So I haven't got a problem with it, and I don't find it that bad. The foundations, when they were doing them and pulling the original houses down, were worse because it was like having little mini earthquakes here all day. Okay, now depending on how you've managed to put your circle maker absolutely spot on, you may have a few little ends like that, which is just a case of cutting them off. So it's not a big deal on that one. Now this is from a pack from 2000, and I just used the clouds on there to put on the bottom. I cut the two photos out. I double matted it. So I started with a 6x4 and then went down 1/4 of an inch because I had the room. These little embellishments are from the denim pack, and that's some stickers that I used. So I kept it fairly simple, and I just wrote down there the death date, just for memory for them. So there you go. Have fun. I'm looking forward to seeing how you use this rainbow. So please do share them. I'm not sure you can share photos under the video, but please go over to my Facebook page and share there. Creative Memories Advisor Claire. Thank you.